Band of Outsiders, Band of Outsiders, better than Contempt, but it still kinda stinks. You can go ahead and unsubscribe now, please, even though I don't want you to. Please don't actually unsubscribe. It's just part of the song, these intros I come up with. Bonjour, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection reviewer, guy of all sorts of places and things, and random dancing and restaurants and minutes of silence and all that. And we are here with number 174, Jean-Luc Godard's Bande Apart, or Band of Outsiders. Jesus Christ. Well, like I said, this one is not as bad as Alphaville. It's probably, of the three we've seen so far, this one's probably the best. Maybe because it's the shortest, maybe because it's the most lighthearted, but in the end, it's still not great. I don't think it's a very good movie. I think there's a lot of weird things in it that I know Criterion people eat this shit up, you know. But, yeah, no, I think he's still probably my least favorite director. I mean, I would, compared to, still compared to Bergman, I still think this guy is beating Bergman at being worst Criterion director we've had. I mean, unless you want to count the guy who directed Salo or Peter Weir. If you want to count Peter Weir. No, I think he might be a little better than Peter Weir, actually, but we'll see. Anyway, so 1964, I guess this was done after Contempt. 95 minutes, black and white, French, you know. Anyway, let's talk about this film. So, it's about these two young men, Franz and Arthur, who meet this young woman named Odile, and they take an English language course together. They both flirt with her. They both flirt for her affection. But at the same time, they're actually after her aunt's money. Her aunt's loaded, and they come up with this scheme to break into their house and steal the money. And I guess Odile gets in on the plot, and yeah. But let's talk about plot, because the plot really starts off starts to move a little, and then there's just this huge gap in the movie where there's nothing going on. There's just random scenes with the three of them just goofing off, you know. Probably the most infamous scene is 3 minutes of this, and which honestly just feels like it's nowadays. You couldn't put that shit in movies. You can't do that shit anymore. It would be deemed an outtake. It feels like they're just fucking goofing off, and Godard was just filming the whole time. You know, that's really just kind of lazy. It feels really lazy to just add something so pointless, that doesn't have a point, to the movie. I don't know, but and don't forget, and let's not forget the minute of silence. 1, 2, 3. Alright, that's enough of that. So, what else? So yeah, so there's a lot of stupid stuff, and then there's, of course, the scene where they're running through the Louvre for no apparent reason and trying to break the record of the guy from San Francisco, and they beat it by, 10 seconds, and it's yeah, but then finally, toward, the last half hour is when they finally pull off the heist. They try to actually finally get into the actual robbery of it's the last 25 minutes of the film, actually. It's really, really just tightly knit. So yeah, they get to the house, and I guess her husband, her aunt's husband, her uncle, I guess, or the guy she's been seeing, becomes suspicious. So he changes the locks and hides the money. And yeah, and then I guess her uncle, Arthur's uncle wants in on the plot, and so they have to do it the day before that they knew they could pull it off. And so they have to end up they kidnap her aunt, and he goes in, and they like gag her, and they shove her in a closet, and so they look for the money, and they can't find it. They find like a key, and they go back to ask the aunt where the money is, and they find out that she's dead. So they flee the scene, and Arthur goes back and tells them to meet them at the, tells Franz and Odile to meet him at this restaurant. And he turns out that he actually knows where the money's hidden, so he goes to steal it, and then her uncle comes back and shoots Arthur dead in the process. And Franz and Odile come back to see this happen, and to console him, and he's already dead. And so they hightail it off, and they take a cruise ship, and that's it. That's the movie basically. We get and the rest of it, like I said, the rest of it is just them, Arthur and Odile getting to know each other because they eventually fall for each other, and but in the end, I guess she settles for Franz because he's the only guy that's alive, and he didn't hit her with that one. So there's one scene where when he finds out that the locks were changed, he hits Odile because she thought that she knew, she changed the locks. Yeah, but it's kind of just stupid, Godard is good at filming things that shouldn't be in movies. That's what I've noticed, especially with Contempt. The problem with Contempt is it's supposed to be a movie about making a movie. So it's the scenes that are shot, feel really feel like they're supposed to be part of the movie, even though they don't feel like they're supposed to be in the movie. They are part of the film, They don't necessarily move the plot along, but they are a moment that defines the film and defines, what the movie is really truly about, With this movie, it really doesn't. With Band of Outsiders, it really doesn't. It's not, clear at all what the point is, what we're supposed to be getting from this film, apart from just this relationship, this triangle, this bizarre love triangle, if you will. There's not a lot to just really grab from this film, and I think that's part of Godard's style. And if that's the case, then he's really not a great director. Yeah. I mean, even Alphaville had a lot of weird scenes, but it all kind of played into the plot and the concept of it. But this one, I just... At the same time, like I said, I mean, even with all the weird scenes, I think it's probably still much easier to watch than... Actually, you know what? I don't remember what I gave Contempt. I mean, not... I gave Contempt a D-, I think, but... I don't remember what I gave Alphaville, but I think it's gonna be higher. I'm giving Band of Outsiders a D+. I'm gonna give this one a D+. I hope it's higher than. I hope it's less. I think I gave Alphaville a C- or something like that. I don't know. I probably didn't. I probably gave it a D, but we'll see. I'm not gonna go back and look just to see that. But anyway. D+, a lot of extraneous scenes, not a lot of plot, a lot of stupid ideas. And to be honest with you, that dancing scene, you go on to Criterion.com's website and look at all the comments. Like a lot of people will put a comment as to why it's in their list and all that. And everybody mentions the dancing scene. And I read all those comments before I watched the film, and I thought, okay, so this is like some big musical scene. I thought it was gonna break the tension of the film. So this is some random comedy thing. I thought, okay, it'll be kind of corny, but maybe it'll win me over because it's stupid. But no, it's just these three actors dancing in this restaurant randomly. There's nothing point. There's no point to it, you know. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, they have to do this dancing scene to distract the guards, you know, and all that, you know, and it becomes this big production, you know. But no, it's just these three people just randomly dancing, doing this stupid dance it's just, yeah. It's just false advertising. Get over yourselves. This ain't that hot, you know. So, Band of Outsiders, yeah, D+, D+. Blah. I ain't watching this one again. Alright, supplements. Talking about the supplements. There's an 18-minute film, which is a visual glossary of references and wordplay found throughout Band of Outsiders. Apparently Godard put in a whole bunch of random references that ain't nobody gonna get unless you're really into this shit, you know. A lot of random ass references from random people who, it's like, I am not, yeah. That's all I got to say about that. There's a 5-minute excerpt with interview with Jean-Luc Godard while he's on the making Band of Outsiders. It's from a larger film called La Nouvelle Vague, which is La Nouvelle Vague pour elle-même, like the new wave of something. And he's just talking about the film and all that. There's 2 interviews, one with Anna Karina, who plays Odile, and Raoul Cotard, who is, you know, the cinematographer, and they just talk about, you know, making the film and working with Godard and all that. There's the trailers. There's the short film. There's a short film that was made with the characters with Godard and some of the cast of Band of Outsiders, called that Agnes Verde put into, if you remember Cleo from 5 to 7, that short film that they watch with the guy who looks for his girlfriend Anna, I think, who looks through the glasses and sees a different girl, like the shades and all that. And Godard plays that guy, and all the other characters, you know, the other actors are in it. And so they included this. They included the short list Fiancés du Pont Macdonald as a, you know, refresher for the DVD. And so that was kind of cool. I was like, yeah, I totally remember this, you know. So it's kind of cool to see that. That's probably the best thing on this DVD. And then the 2 trailers, which are weird because the original trailer has no, like, doesn't say Band of Outsiders or anything like that. It doesn't have any kind of, like, identification, which is weird. And then there's the original trailer, the release trailer, which adds the words Band of Outsiders, Jean-Luc Godard, and all that. And yeah, that's it. So Band of Outsiders, blah, D+, blah, blah, blah. And we've got so many more, like A Woman is a Woman, a couple others, and of course Breathless, which thankfully I won't have to get to till 2017. I forget what year. I won't get to that one till 2017, thank God. So anyway, so yeah. Alright, so that's it for me tonight. Saturday, Fear Loving Las Vegas with those 2 kids who are playing video games right now. But yeah, they'll be redoing the review with me. So we're doing it Saturday night, and yeah, hopefully be a nice one. And of course, it's Terry Gilliam, so I'll probably enjoy it. I enjoyed Brazil. I sat through Time Bandits, so Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Seen a little bit of it, so you know I'm kind of familiar with it, but I haven't seen the whole thing. So we got to that one, and then I'm not sure, but probably Monday we'll get to the Killers. We got the Killers right here. Because of how long it is, I don't know if I'm going to have enough time right now on Sunday because it's my mom's birthday, and I don't really want to spend all day all morning doing Criterion movies. Although I expect something Criterion from me. I've got, like I mentioned before, I've got a couple of movies that, the newer 2014, reissues of them that, have come out since I've done the older reviews, and the one I'll mention is All That Heaven Allows. The other 2 I can't stand enough to even mention their names, but just watch for them. And then probably, yeah. So if I do Killers on Monday, then Tuesday we will do Lost Honor. Katharina Bloom came in, and then I'm still waiting on My Life as a Dog and the 2 I Am Curious movies. And then I put a hold on Straw Dogs, which is after that, and then the couple after that I haven't put a hold on yet, but we'll get to those. Probably I'll put a hold on those as soon as I get done with probably the Killers, because still got a ways to go. And there's a couple of Sundays. I think this Sunday and the next I may not be able to do any reviews anyway, so yeah, so we'll be spacing them out just a smidgen, just to, get them, a little spaced out, but we're coming close. We are almost 3/4 of a way done with this season. We're almost done. It's that weird. So anyway, thanks for watching. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. Don't steal from your aunt. Don't gag your girlfriend's aunt and shove her in a closet. Don't worry if you're making a minute silence film. Don't mute the soundtrack and learn to dance. There are plenty of cooler dances, that you could do nowadays. That I'm not going to demonstrate for you now because I just don't have the energy and patience. And I guess the biggest moral is don't watch Jean-Luc films. Yeah, I said it. Anyway, thanks for watching, if you still are. And me, my brother, and my brother's girlfriend will see you on Saturday night for Fear and Loathing Las Vegas. And until then, goodbye.